fooled around, and fell in love. Have you ever met someone who turned your world upside down when you least expected it? Meet Lorenzo, a man who had spent years mastering the art of charming women. He was magnetic, successful, and unapologetically unattached. Love to Lorenzo was a game. Relationships were optional, and freedom was everything. Enter Amelia. She wasn't like the women Lorenzo usually pursued. She wasn't flashy or part of the social scene he thrived in. Amelia was warm, grounded, and effortlessly kind. They met at a mutual friends gathering where she caught his eye, not because she was trying to, but because she didn't notice him at all. For the first time in years, Lorenzo felt intrigued. He found himself laughing a little too loudly at her witty remarks, asking questions he usually avoided, and offering to help in the kitchen just to be near her. The weeks that followed were a whirlwind. Lorenzo's usual approach of keeping things casual melted away. Dinners turned into late-night talks about life, dreams, and everything in between. He found himself holding her hand a little tighter when they walked and lingering at her doorstep longer than he intended. Amelia, however, wasn't naive. She saw through Lorenzo's charm and recognized a man who had never allowed himself to truly feel. But she also saw something else, potential. Amelia says to Lorenzo, "You've spent so much time running. What are you afraid of?" Her words struck a nerve. For the first time, Lorenzo realized he wasn't running from commitment. He was running from himself. But old habits die hard. Just as Lorenzo started to let Amelia in, fear crept back in. One night, after a particularly vulnerable conversation, he stopped replying to her texts, avoided the places they frequented, and threw himself back into his old patterns. Yet, no matter how many fleeting connections he chased, he couldn't stop thinking about Amelia, her laugh, her questions, the way she made him feel seen. Weeks turned into months, and one cold December evening, Lorenzo found himself standing outside her apartment building. He wasn't sure what he was going to say, but he knew he couldn't let another day go by without trying. Amelia opened the door, her face a mix of surprise and guarded hope. Amelia says, "Lorenzo, what are you doing here?" Lorenzo responds, "I don't know how to say this, but every day without you feels empty. You've shown me what I didn't even know I was missing." Tears welled up in Amelia's eyes, but she held her ground. Amelia responds, "Lorenzo, I need to know if you're here because you're ready, or if this is just another chapter in your indecision." Lorenzo responds, "I'm here because I can't imagine my life without you. You're not an option, Amelia. You're the choice I should have made all along." That night, under the soft glow of her apartment lights, Lorenzo and Amelia shared their first honest conversation in months. They both knew it wouldn't be easy, but for the first time, they both believed it was worth trying. Sometimes love isn't about finding the right person, it's about becoming the right person. Has someone ever changed the way you see yourself? Share your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And don't forget to check out my YouTube channel, The Soul's Journey Back Home, Reiki by Isabella, where you can binge watch the full Dating Chronicles playlist. Like, share, and subscribe for more stories every Friday and Monday. Sometimes love doesn't arrive when we're searching for it, but when we're finally ready to receive it. True love has a way of finding us, not because we're chasing it, but because we've become the version of ourselves that's ready to embrace it. It's not about perfection, it's about connection, and when it's real, it feels like home.